day. So we start now first lecture on life safety, and I show you presentation. Please write me in chat if you see this presentation, if you are correct. Thank you. So life safety. The firstly. My name Елизавета Юрьевна Черныш. I am your lecturer on discipline life safety. Is a part of general discipline life safety and bioethic and safety. So you know these moments, and today we have first lecture about life safety as a branch of some knowledge. It should be noted that we often have different type of action, and every time we connected our working activity and leisure activity with different environmental condition, and often it's connected with different kinds of harmful and dangerous factors. So about life safety. As you see on the slide, life safety is a branch of scientific knowledge encompassing various approaches to the study form and manage security in all spheres of human activity. And of course, for understand how we can protect our health from different type of harmful and dangerous effects, it's need to analyze it and study different type of dangers. Of course, it's need developing a technology and this knowledge about different type of dangers and some features of these dangers, and protect our home workplace place and home, of course, environment, because all of this part including different types of factors that impact on our health and quality of life. So, firstly, the most basic definition. Danger is defined as a possibility that something harmful or unpleasant will happen that causes harm. Effect of dangers can be different, and it should be noted that dangerous as category we can classification and devoted to exactly dangerous and harmful effects. Dangerous as a part of volume of impact on our body, effect of our body, and harmful effect. Estimation of this effect is very important, that classification dangerous for some dangers that can impact on our health a long period of time, and in this period of time, firstly we don't feel in some bad impact, but soon in the some period, years or several years, a lot of time can be, it can be caused some illness processes and be general harmful for our health. And we have dangers that can be exactly occurring in such moment, and in this moment have a very huge effect, the harmful effect, damage effect to our health, and its effect cause it in some moment correctly, directly, and can be provoked, connected with death So it's a lot of factors impact on our life, and of course we check and analyze these factors as natural dangers and technogenic or human-made dangers, and some mix of these dangers. And every day we connect it with some of these dangers. About safety as a definition, is a condition of avoiding causing and feeling hurt, injury, and loss. So it's a very general definition of safety, and often we use different type of management systems that can help to occur in such safety condition in our life. Security is a protection form that always used in different object, in industrial object in the state, provides some safety process in workplace. And vitality is a sort of very important type of human being in this in the environment, because it's the most consistent condition, not only existence but its activity in our life. That human is change environment, and as this change of environment can be very significant, and impact of this change, growth, urbanization of territory, form mature industrial object, different type of influence on environment. Is a visual activity is a very high level, and of course it's a very difference between human and animals, because our activity changed environmental very very impacted on environmental, and in other part we as a part of natural, this impact of environmental of our activity connected with impact to our health also. And now we have a lot of environmental problems, and it's really challenges in our life today, in general global challenges. So about aim of our discipline is it provides student a modern knowledge of general regulation of a region and developing different kind of dangers, and of course is analyzes quality and possible influence on health and life of people, and another way is to form some necessary skills of successful professional activity, and it's very important to analyze measures to protection our life, and the object is a complex multi-faceted of processes of human life that we often connected in our activity, and the subject is a different type of protection system of our body in general in life, in labor activity. So it's a lot of management system that connected with regulation system, organization, technical activity, and prevention measurements, and other type of actions that help protect our health from impact of different type of dangers. Okay. And now the first topic in our discipline of life safety is a man as an element of the system, man and environment. So especially we analyze it today, man as a biological social subject, some physiology features of man organism, substance and energetic status, some psychophysiological features, and determination of our biological clock. Especially is a such a basis moment that very important, because we are a part of environmental, and this affected on our life, and in big cities, in industrial objects, in urbanization processes. We changed our life. We go from natural processes to form an artificial environment, but in our physiological requires it still we have such as an environmental factors, and of course it's impacted on our quality of life and health. So about similarity of man and animals is determined by two moments. It's a composition of substance, structures of organism, and the male still has rudimentary organs, you know about this, but it's not necessary for human. And of course, man as a biological species has characteristic of our science, high development brain. It's we often use and forming some concept, general concept in the world, and consciousness, ability to stay being. So it's a very important analysis of information around us, and thought and language. So this species can be it's a features of man is very important for our visual activity, and it's accurate different type of change in environmental. The most important difference between man and animality is consisted of the way of life existence. For animal lives and for human is vital activity. We tell about this because we as Tel Vernadsky is a very famous scientist of Ukraine, that human become a very big power. It has some geological features. So it means that we really changed the environment, and this changed very deeply, and we form a new type of artificial environment. And it's not often very good, and we have some disadvantage of processes of forming such artificial environment, and but of course we have some advantage moment that impacted of some suitable form of our existence and visual activities. It's connected with our work, connected with our home places, with our everyday possibility to use different gadgets and for accurate, more comfortable condition of our life. But in other way, we see different ecological environmental crises, different type of pollution of environmental, air pollution, soil pollution, water pollution that mix it and integrated in one global challenges for all people and all countries. Necessity are divided into groups. So it's some of important how to tell features that provide our activities in this in our planet, and we see it can be primary that most important for our physiological requires and other type of necessity that connected with our sociality position, cultural personalization, and spiritual. And this moment it's presented on the pyramid of Maslow motivation model. And so we can see basic needs and soon grows this need, developing our condition in our activity, because all time in society, a growth level of technology, growth level of knowledge, growth level of production different products that useful for us, that provide some new usable condition and suitable condition, accurate suitable condition for our existent activities, and it's the most important analysis of all of these needs, most important for a person according growth is type of requires, and how is connected physiological and psychophysiological features of person, and how it's growing in our life, this connection. And we come into transcendence. Needs is very specific needs that they go including our emotion, our cultural part, and our spiritual part of our life. And we understand that this part of our life, it's internal activities that grows it when grows it quality of life of people. So it's all connected with conditional environmental and condition of artificial environmental that we accurate for our activities. And of course, it's very important, but we start and analyze this basic moment, basic needs, and it's connected with our body, with function of our body. And the first important is analysis of information in this world, how we connected with environment, how we understand the processes that occur around us. And analysis it help us to analyze this environmental information and protection our health and life. Analyzes are totality interactive information, the periphery and central nervous system, which carry out perception and analysis of information about different type of phenomena occurring around us and environmentally, and in the both place, environmental and of course in our organism. And we see how it can be some irritation and connected with our nervous system using receptors. And so soon as this impulse from nerve fibers connected with our brain, and we can estimate the situation and provide some reflex, some action to this irritation. So it's very important. We often use different type of receptor in our everyday activities, and it's help us to understand information and different type of information, and of course it can be help to protect our health. So basic receptors: mechanical receptors, auditory, vestibular, motor; chemical receptors, olfactory, it's a taste, and thermal receptor, skin, photoreceptor, visual. So all of these receptors we use as an integral analysis system of our body, and we can estimate some dangerous situation using these receptors, and analyze it how we can do in such moment that protect our life. So it's a really very important biological analysis systems that help us every day protection our health and life. About classification of external receptors, you can see example on the table. Modality, we see Such sense visual, for example, is localization of receptor eyes and information perceiving its light, motion, color, size. So it's a lot of possibility analysis of information around us, and all of these receptors and the location you see help us to adaptation to change of our environment. Um, and properties of analysis, it's summarized inside extreme high sensitive to the adequate irritant, present of absolute difference operative limits sensitive to the irritant, possibility set time to keep feeling. Often we can remember some feeling from some irritants. For example, if we some touch and we can feel in how it's touch some objects, some type of genes, and it's rememberment, and feeling can be provocate some reaction in the other times that we only listen such of words that occur such of feeling. So it's a can be very deeply connection between our analysis of information that we have feeling under this analysis system in the some period of time, and of course it stays following incorporation after each other. All of these receptors, all of this analysis system, it's connected to each other, and we use this analysis as integral system, unit system, and forming a general picture on environmental around us. Is some general picture. We don't analyze this separately. Some object. Yes, we see this object, we feel in this object, we can touch this object, and soon we have general picture about this object. So it's some integrated system of analysis. And of course, we have some basic psychophysiological laws that can estimation intensity of the our feeling, and you see formula for calculation where we see what factors is impacted. For example, when we tell about constant permanent of determination of irritants, it's connected with minimal or increase of the irritant intensity and actual intensity. So we have some parameters of the irritants that differential limited can be analysis, and about intensity of or strength of feeling, it's include analysis of proportional ratio and intensity of certain irritants. So is a formula that can provide some information about our intensity feeling and some irritation process. And of course, very important for our body protection system, it's processes of homostasis. Homostasis, I think it's you know this determination, but please repeat it, is a maintenance of dynamic equilibrium within the natural system by a tendency to compensate for disruption changes. So homostasis is a feature that connected not only with human body, but it's connected with environmental processes, and all being biological objects have processes of homostasis. It's very important in our life, and example of homostasis you can see under this slide. Homostasis and temperature control. Often normal body temperature, 37 degree of Celsius. You know about this, and of course, it's some homostasis balances temperature that very important to uh, regulation in our body, and change of this temperature is understanding impact different dangerous factors on our body and health. So importance factor of regulation this temperature, we see how it's connected with our system of body, of our nervous system signaled dermal blood vessel to the and sweet glands to secrets, and it's important to circulation of these activities, and impact of temperature of our pressure, and it's connected with some signals of nervous system. So it's one general system that provides this normal temperature control regulation, and this is example of homostasis. So it's really very important for our life, and in general homeostatic mechanisms have very important characteristics. It's self-regulation, compensatory, tends to be regulated by negative feedback system, and requires several feedback mechanisms currently on one physiological balance. So it's really our body have some one unit of physiological balance, and include different processes that connection with control of condition of our body. And this condition become in different level. Yes, at the first level, the most micro level is a substance extract in a cell. And you know about from biology subjects that substance exchange in a cell devoted to flexible exchange and energetic exchange. Flexible exchange, assimilation, anabolism, the totality of biosynthetic reaction, synthesis reaction, substance formation. Yes, which carry out with the absorption of energy. So we production substance and flexible extract, and we need energy. Energetic extract, dissimilation or catabolism, the total of substance split in reaction with the release of energy. So all these two processes, it's forming a unit system. One process absorption energy and production substance, as the next process is the release of energy. So it's connected to each other. And for the normal function of organism, we need to provide some daily rations that include different substances useful for our body. You see on the slide this type of derivation. It includes proteins, fats, carbohydrates, different type of vitamins, minerals, substance, of course, water. And we have such organic matters in different products, and this basic metals have very important function in our organism. And for example, proteins, yes, have function building, cells, transporting, protection, multi-power, now general cells, and it's very important to include some products that include this organic matter. So of course the other type is the vitamins that protect our health and very useful for our immunity, and it's important to analyze this difference and include to daily ration various of product that are most important for including not only some one type of matter, but mixes of this substance that help deeply protection and our health and illness processes. We see it's a lot of different biological dangers in our life today, so it's very important. And we see the next slide. So, of course, it's a sum of example of this different substance and how it's influenced of our organism and present photos under this products that can be that include these sources of these matters. And we often use that type of products. I think, of course, have different daily ration. It's according to some cultural and national features, but most of all, we can include some products from various type products that have some similar useful components for our health, and we can mix it and change it according to such features of our organism or some national or cultural features. So it can be organization optimal daily rations that help to protect our health. So it's a very important part to definition such type of daily ration and analyze this information and products that we buy in shops and supermarket, because you know, today is very popular use some products that have very big date of existence, and now in Ukraine, for example, it's very important to analyze the components of products, food products, because it's include different type of emulgators, stabilizers that have some good impact on the condition of transport these products and exist, but in general for health, some of this addition not very good, and we need to understand how such stabilizers, emulgators, and other addition for our food in these products impact on our health. And often we see that research tell about negative impact, and the most useful products is the natural growth products without some specific industry pre-treatment. So it's very important to and impact of our life. And now I think you see tendency of growth. Popularity of organic products. Such time of the definition organic products that mean these products grows in natural condition. For example, if we see in agricultural sectors, it's mean minimization of use different type of chemical substance, pesticides, different type or mineral fertilizers that can accumulate in the foods and our products, vegetables. Yes, so it's sort of modern trends of agricultural is use organic methods of vegetables growth. So it's now very actualization problematics of quality of our food, and in every country we see different condition, different type of management and processes of production and pre-treatment foods. So is topic connecting with our health protection, because function of our body very important, how its function, normal function, balance, homostasis of our body is ration, daily ration, our components of foods impacted on our health. So it's some factors that can be as useful effect or some harmful effect, depending on the components of foods that we eat, that we use. Yes, and so the topic very actual today, very important. And now about physiological features of man is some of most basic biological information that another type of reflexes. And that we have unconditional and conditional reflexes, and about unconditional reflexes, relative constant start typically innate reaction in our organism, of our organism, influence of some inter-environmental or external environment affected through the mediators of central nervous system, and requires no special condition for their occurrence. And this process is a lot of scientists study, and the term unconditional reflex was introduced by Ivan Pavlov, scientist. Is very famous of this experience, and he tell about reflexes execute unconditional under the action of appropriate stimuli on the sensory nerve endurance receptors. And you see picture about reflexes of animal dogs using the experimental work, and how unconditional reflexes mix it sort of responsible unconditional responsive, mix it with impacts of condition, and provide some new reagent irritant for this experiment, for example sound, and when it sound occurring, give some it. Yes, and in the several repeat of this experiment, dog reflected to sound as remembers that in this moment must be some food given, and it's connected with conditioned response under this process. So it's a famous phenomenon, and it's studied and analyzed how it's connected unconditional reflexes responses with conditional responses. And very interesting in this moment, influence of condition of activity and our life, and of course national these conditional reflexes in processes of adaptation to environmental change are very important. Conditional reflexes are individual, require system adapting reaction of person and animals, and we every day use such conditional reflexes, and new irritation from environment cell becomes conditional irritant, and different activities of our life it's connected with conditional reflexes, and help avoid of dangers and protection our health. With the help of the conditional reflexes mechanisms, function of nervous system as proposed by how personal, environmental, society, to adaptation to change when we go to other environmental condition, for example, visiting to other city, to country, to go to other type of our daily activity, others work. So it's very important to adaptation to this change, and it's very helpful for us. So, of course, state of conditional reflexes activity have some of mechanism, and every it's a lot of investigation of this mechanism, and we see on the table devoted with mechanism, condition, state of region, and state of first is a generalization of conditional reflexes. Condition is need for this, and mechanism is the forming of temporal communication in the brain cortex or the supracortical center. So it's often analyzes with this process and help to understand processes of body activity, and deeply analyzes adaptation processes of human, and in new daily it's very repeatedly changed our life, grows new technologies, processes, and new challenges, and we see how it's changed, and often we need to analyze how our body can adaptation to this change, and what's the level of this adaptation. So difference of conditional and unconditional reflexes can present inside the table. We see properties, for example, forming and reaction, and see on conditional reflexes. Some question you have? Okay. So we in the next lectures tell about these processes and more deep analysis, and you can all of this information find in the Mix portal. If you have questions, you can now tell me. You know how work in Mix system? Yes, in the Mix portal, you see a plan of our lectures. You can open our lectures materials. You can open presentation and learn this information. All of this moment you can find in the Mix system. And please prepare your first practical work and send me. And if you have some certainly question, you can tell about this now, or write me in the Mix system. You have some comments, some persons? I don't see some comments.
Madam.
Yes, I listen to you.
Is the constant K same as LG?
What you tell? Repeat, because the sound not very good.
Is the constant K same as LG? From the basic psychological law of Weber-Fechner, when you say that K is equals to changing intensity over I, and S is equals to K times LG times I. What is LG? How it's logarithm?
You tell about some biological features of connection with processes of adaptation of our life activity. If you have more deeply analysis of our processes of adaptations of environmental change. You can check information on the lecturers and write me a question directly in message on a mixed system, and we can this question discussed on the next lecture with more time we have, and because we see now it's in the end of our lectures, and we started new classrooms in without students. So if you have a question with organization of processes of study, we can shortly now tell about this. If you have deeply analyzed some of lectures materials and you don't understand some definition, you write me on the message, and I write you answer, or we deeply discussing on the next lectures classroom in this platform, online platform. In the organization moment, it's very important often because now today I open test on the first and you see practical work. Please do this practical and send me, and please check topic of final report. I think we can discuss this topic on the next online classroom, because it's a lot of different type of topics, and it's need more deeply analyze this information, and you need to understand how preparation report some requires you have in the mixed system, but often students have question about these processes. So please, this organization moment, check for yourself, and the next classroom we can discuss the first organization moment, and the next deeply determines or some materials on lectures. So I think today we can finish it our work on the online, and check information in the mixed system. Please check this information and do first practical task on life safety. So this presentation you can find on a mixed system also. Okay.
Okay, madam.
So thank you for your attention. Thank you for your presence today. Thank you for your activity, and keep in touch, and looking forward to your task that you preparation and send me. Good day today, and see you.